Being in business is tough. Being a woman in business, well, let's just say the pressure is worse. On this show, we get to highlight women in business who are taking risks and enjoying the profits. We have seen their success stories with thriving businesses, good profit returns, and we think, we should get into business. However, it is not always as rosy. We have people who have suffered major financial losses. However, on today's show, we get to speak to Marianne and Joyce, who are going to tell us what to do and what not to do with their new entrepreneurship program that tells us what exactly we need to be prepared for before we get into business. My name is Turife, and this is The Millionaire Mind. Welcome to the show, Joyce and Marianne.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
Very well, thank you.
Okay.
We are very well.
So just very briefly introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and that's just that.
Okay, so my name is Marianne, and for purposes of this program, I am a co-founder of Grow and Glow Entrepreneurs, where we take people through the highs and lows of importation, shipping from any part of the world into the country, and start your business.
Oh, interesting. And you are?
I'm Joyce Waidera. I'm also a co-founder of Grow and Glow, and I'm also the founder of J Smart Interior Decor.
Okay,
yes.
Now, Grow and Glow.
Yes.
How did you guys come up with that business? Because people of my village would find a very difficult time trying to say grow and glow in one sentence. So just tell us what was the thinking behind the title of your business?
The title.
Yeah.
So first of all, we've come from doing business, and you know what grow means when you start from scratch and you grow to something. And then we are ladies, we wanted to glow and to just pop out. Yeah, that's where the name came from.
So you are making money and you are glowing.
Exactly.
It sounds very empowering. But also I'd like to ask, it's an entrepreneurship program.
Yes.
Where you get to teach people what to do and what not to do, the highs and lows and everything. Is it an online course, or do you have like a physical building where people come to you?
Yeah, so we majorly do online because we do not want to have a barrier that is distance, and we want to capture everyone, even those who are working 8 to 5 jobs. So we saw it fit to have an online program where anyone can just log in from wherever they are and get to learn and then implement.
Okay, and how has the receivership been so far? Like, are people responding to a lot of your courses?
So when we had this idea and we decided to start, we were very scared, first of all, and we didn't know the response, or would we get clients or students. And so amazingly the first class we got very many students, and we were amazed, and we were like, wow, we are in this. So that's how
exactly, and that is the importance of doing something scared.
Yes.
We just have to take that risk, and whatever comes, okay? If it doesn't work out, well and good. If it works out, well, I took a risk and it works out. Now tell us, what are the most important tips of being an entrepreneur?
The tips.
Yes.
Being an entrepreneur, first of all, you have to believe in yourself. You can't start a business if you first don't believe in yourself, because how do you expect us, the world, to believe in you if you yourself, you can't believe in yourself? So my greatest tip in business is believe in yourself, believe in what you know you can do. So if you believe you can do it, go out, do it. People will buy into what you believe in.
The proof of concept.
Yes, yes.
I also believe that you need to package yourself. So you have this idea, it's all over, it started, and you have to package it into something that someone wants to buy. You have to offer a solution to a problem that people are going through. So that is another big tip. That's the difference between you who has a shop that is full of people and a shop that is empty, because you are not telling people what are you offering them, what are they getting from it, are they just giving you money.
And I think that's actually a huge problem with, I think, most of us, because sometimes you have this idea, you have all these plans, but you just don't know how to package it in a way that you're able to execute it. Do you have such a service where somebody comes to you and says, this is my idea, this is what I'd like to do, but I don't know how to execute it, I don't know how to package it, and you know, go to an investor and ask for this amount of money?
Yeah, we actually do. We come across people who've done a million things and they're not consistent. They start this, it's not working. They start the other, it's not working. Yeah, so we just get to sit with you, listen to you, and try and help you package yourself too. Yeah, and maybe show you where you went wrong.
Okay. Yeah. And you have, I think, I'm guessing a number of courses that you have, or is this just one course that helps you maneuver your business? Do you have one course or just many courses?
So we started with one after we saw the gap. We've come from an environment where people import things, and that's how we started our business. We started importing things for our own business, and then from that we got very many people coming to us and asking, how do you go about this? So that was the first course we came up with, how to ship. And we taught that in a few classes, and then out of those classes we got more questions on how do you run a business, how did you get to where you are with JSmart. Yes, how do you get clients? And then from all that you are like, we know a lot, so let's package another course. So we came up with another course called digital marketing, how you market your business in the online platforms. We also got many questions on how do you price your goods. Yes, you have your goods from whichever country they are here, so how do you price? So we got another course, how to price your goods, and another course was how to build your image out here. So it started from one, now we have now more than 5 courses. Yes.
And you've mentioned that you both have your businesses. What other businesses do you have apart from the training program?
Okay, so I do gifts and baby educational toys. Being a mom, you find that you're struggling to find things that are beneficial to your child. So I saw that gap and I started looking for what can I give my child that is actually going to help them other than cartoon, and then they have speech delays. So I came up with, I went to Alibaba and I just checked out some educational toys, and I brought them in. So I do educational toys and gifts because I love being gifted. So I love helping people gift other people and make the world happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for me, I do decor, interior decor. I sell decor items for your house. I help you just brighten or make your whole house home. So that's what but before I was actually in a very different business, but that's why I have told you I know the ups and downs of business. You start a business, you start a business, you don't, you do it, it doesn't give you back, you close it, you start another one, it doesn't give you back. I was in that environment for some time until I landed in this one business that I really loved, and that's what I do.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of you guys being your own, having your own businesses, what, you know, individually, what was the biggest challenge as an entrepreneur?
Well, my biggest challenge was consistency. I came from employment. Now you know everything is structured for you.
Insecurity. You know at the end of the month you're
you don't even think you have a DOI. You know what to do at what time. Then now you start a business. You're the cleaner. You're the marketer. You're the CEO. So when you're doing text to your clients, you tell them, we will get back to you. I think someone else handled it. And you're the same person. You're handling phone calls, you're doing marketing, you're going to get your goods from, I don't know which agent, bringing them here, you package, you think about everything. So I think the challenge was, how do I do all this? I'm used to being done for things. Now
from a 9 to 5 to a 24/7.
Yes, now you're the one to decide, okay, there's no return, there's a no return policy. Why are you saying that? Because you beat your fingers, you know. So I think the challenge was just starting something and seeing it like a baby, just helping
and
them how to crawl.
Yes,
sometimes you don't get clients for a whole day and you're like, I'm done.
I'm going home.
I'm done. I'll take all these things and take them to my kids and they'll play with them. You know? Yeah.
What was your biggest challenge?
For me is to really understand what people like. Now, you know, for me, for decor, I really have to know what do you like, which color do you like, which model, like I had to understand what different people like. So my challenge was I bring the first goods, they don't sell because I brought something that I thought I loved, but kumbe, the rest don't. So you take all of them in your house, you start again. So that was the challenge. Before now I came to diverse to different things so that I could accommodate everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and now back to your training program. What are some of the challenges you faced when you started it?
Wow. So when we started, remember before when we were implementing these, we were busy marketing our things. You know, like your goods have arrived, so you take your cartons, you're taking videos, and you're like, new stock alert. And then people are saying, can we see, can we order? Then someone just comes and tells you, oh, I ordered things worth this much. I got substandard goods. Oh, I lost my money. The supplier went MIA on me. So people started asking, how do you import? At first, you tell this person, tomorrow you get another one. In the afternoon, someone else, you're like, all these questions have the same answer. So why don't we just come up with a course? And tell people if you're interested in shipping or if you've gotten conned before, just come, we'll teach you what we do. Then now people come and everyone has their own expectation. Remember, this is not a school. You know, in a school, there's a timetable. So here people are like, I didn't attend the first 2 sessions. What do we do? I was late. Like, there's no discipline. They feel like you have my money, so if when I call you, you train me. You know, so they forget you also have other things you're doing. You actually saw a gap. You're trying to help people, but then now they're making your life hard because you're in your element in your business, serving your customers. Then someone calls and tells you, oh, I didn't attend. Then you're like, okay, which cohort? What are we talking about? You know? It was so hard for us to just stamp our feet. And then, you know, Kenyans are last minute and they just don't keep time. So we are starting at 7. Someone joins at 8:30 and starts asking. So I think I was a bit late. What did I do? Like, okay, I'm repeating a whole 1 hour and a half because you were late and the rest were in class. Yeah, so those are some of the challenges that we faced. Okay.
Yeah, and also as much as there are people who believed in us, who saw what we were doing, there are others who didn't. There are others who thought, what are these ladies doing? I think I can get this on YouTube, you know? So for people to see the difference between what you're doing and what they can get out here, it was hard. Until now, we had to get testimonials from our class, from now, like the first and the second cohort, who really had to show what they've done with the knowledge that we shared. That really opened our platforms as well.
Yeah, and also I think people don't understand that even if you get the same information on YouTube, it's not as personalized as your course.
Yes.
You're in this country facing the same challenges and you've figured out a solution.
Yes.
So people just don't understand.
And it's also something we've gone through. We've gone through the challenges of importing. So we are teaching something that we've gone through and we know the journey to where you're going. So it was easy for us, but for them to understand us, it was hard.
So now you've told us the challenges you are facing when you first started out. What are the solutions now to these challenges you are facing?
Now, it just hit us that we were in a business that needed to be taken as seriously as what we do on a normal day. So we had to start getting professional, like laying down ground rules, coming up with forms, like, you know, those registration forms where when you're registering, you tell us, what are your expectations? What do you know and what don't you know? Like, what is the purpose of you joining this class? And then we tell them, if you miss more than 3 sessions, then you have to pay again to be in another cohort, because we realized that we could onboard 50 people in a cohort. And then 30 default. We finish with the 20. Then in the next cohort, we have another 60, and now 30 that are repeaters, or what do we call them? So we realized it's going to be very hard, and we won't have accomplished anything or kidogo with what we have. So we had to tell them, when you miss, you're going to be paying. And people, you know, people don't want to like part with money. So they're like, hey, I've paid for this, then I have to be serious. I have to attend, I have to, like, and our classes are very practical. We don't just teach, you know how you're told 1,000 ways to earn from. No, as you have to have your machine there, your laptop or your phone, step by step. Do whatever you're telling you. If you have challenges, ask. So that way we were sure that even people who are just, you know, presentism, you're in the Google meeting, but you're not there. You're not there. So you can do that in our classes, because we'll ask you questions, we'll give you assignments, and then you present in the group. And what if you didn't attend, then you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, we had also to be strict with time. So when you say class is 7, we only give 5 minutes allowance. And by 7 or 5, the class is on. So if you missed the first 30 minutes, don't tell us to repeat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also unfair to other people who
Exactly.
came in at the time that you're supposed to come.
Yes.
But also, hakuna saved videos. Like, you figured out if you have a saved video, people are going to just continue the same cycle.
Yes, and be lazy.
Yes.
So we actually said we not record any class. We don't do that. So we don't give notes actually. You have to come to class because it's practical. It's not notes.
Yeah,
So you have to just come to class and attend the class and write your own notes.
And then with shipping, it's real time. You can have shipped your goods and you're like, yeah, your goods are the port. And then the president just gives a press and says, oh, we are going to be checking what, and it affects your container, like it's held there for 2 weeks. So if you had recorded, then people are not going to get the real thing that is happening. I think in business you have to be you have to be present. You have to watch business news because anything that is said by RCS of trade affects you directly.
Yes.
Okay. And what are some of your daily habits? Because you are talked about, consistency and people having the discipline to actually show up to class on time. What are you personally, your daily habits that make sure that you guys stay on top of the game?
So everyone has their own schedules. Remember, we have businesses we are running, but we don't have classes every day. We have class. If you have a class on Monday, we don't have a class on Tuesday. We have a class on Wednesday. So that maybe on Tuesday now we can run our own businesses, and then if we are having the class today, we sit down from morning. We prepare for the class. We know what are we handling today. Have we gathered the assignments? We check it. We check the assignments they did. So it depends. If we have a class today, we now have to be together and handle the class. But on the other day, we are on our daily business activities. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so now you have to be very disciplined with time, and it's also a sacrifice. Remember, for as much as we are helping people to start their own businesses or to learn, it's also kind of work. It started as a hobby, but now it's work. Because you can imagine someone has just placed their 300,000 to a supplier that they don't know. You know how now people, you used to eat, you pay and you're okay, like 33 days. Yes. Hey, someone is telling you, oh, the one who gave me the money is asking why my goods are not coming. No, you're telling them, it's okay, just chat with your supplier. If they delivered, ask for. There are so many questions that come with you just being there as a trainer. You get to learn a lot of things. Then plus we were not trainers from school. Like you did other degrees and you completed. So what you have grown into is actually work. And you also have to learn every day, because before you were doing it as a hobby and you knew what you wanted to do. In your head you knew what it is, but now someone is asking from a point of not knowing and they expect you to have an answer. So you also have to be very deliberate on learning the new trends and everything that is going on.
So you guys are also support systems to your clients. And also, when I asked you about, your daily tips, I was expecting you to come with those empowering ones. I wake up at 6 crack of dawn. I check my stock, blah, blah, blah. There was none of that. It's just you being consistent in your business until you see something. And you've talked about your educational background and how you guys did different things. How did you start, like educational background up until the courses you decided to, the career and the business you're now doing?
Well, it was a real transition for both of us, because for me I did tours and travel in school. You did?
I did procurement.
Right now she's doing law. Right now I'm doing interior design. So I think it gets to a place in life where you just learn who you are, what you want, and what you want to achieve. So it's not all about what the government called you to do in school. It's now about you, what you want to do, and what you feel like that will help you more than what you were doing before.
And do you think that is also a challenge, how the government decides where you're going to go to school.
Yes,
You might
it's a
have
big
chosen your
challenge.
course,
Yes.
but the government decides according to your grade where you're going
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
true. And I
yes.
feel like, I think with life, the more you grow, the more you get to understand things. I feel the changing point for me was COVID.
Yeah.
The COVID period really taught me a lot. From you can be okay today and tomorrow you can breathe.
Yeah.
And you realize, what have I been doing with my life? You know, when you're seated, I got COVID. My whole family got COVID, and we were in a room somewhere. And in that room, now you start asking yourself, am I doing what I love? Am I living my purpose?
Yeah.
If I die today, what will happen? I think that really brought out a person that I didn't know I was. I was very disciplined, 8 to 5, 8 in the office, not thinking about anything. Now I started thinking outside the box. I need to, like, jobs can just go.
Yeah.
Today you can wake up, receive a phone call, and the job is gone.
Yeah.
Your colleague can be gone. So you start realizing, I think I have not been doing enough with my life. And that is what really even gave us the energy to even change careers. I feel like I'm in a whole different place from where I was, 6 years ago.
True.
And now even venturing into more serious things. I feel like I can do anything. You know, anything that pops in my mind right now, I will
You can
implement.
pursue it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Without even thinking.
And as much as COVID was a horrible thing that happened to all of us, I have noticed that with a lot of stories, people had a reset and people found their creativity and what they wanted to pursue during COVID.
Yeah.
So was this the birth of your business
Me-
during the COVID era?
Me too. It was the birth of my business.
Yeah.
Actually, I was doing tours as a business before.
Yeah.
And you know what happened after COVID? Everything closed.
Tourism down.
Closed.
Yeah.
So now you stay in the house. You're wondering, no, what do I do next? And then this when the idea of deco came in my mind, and I started doing it. And that's how J Smart was born. So it was a whole reset for me as well, and for her too.
Okay.
Yes.
And also your training program, how did you two come together to start this idea and then pursue it?
I actually started the shipping first. I started shipping before her. So, and then at some point after now what she has shared about the COVID, and she decided to do something else. That's when now she decided to venture into business, and she came to me and asked me, how do I go about this? I realized she didn't know anything. So I had to train her from scratch. So, and she picked up very well, and we started now doing it together. We started doing the shipping together, and then out of that, now that's when we received so many questions from people, people we know, people we don't know, and that's when we decided, now let's just do this.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. Now, about your business, what marketing tactics do you use to reach new clients?
For me, I use online. I use Instagram, Facebook, and I also have a physical place in town. So mostly, it's actually 90% it's Facebook or Instagram. But recently, I've also started using influencers, people to just, especially people who do deco influencing. They just come and just give them stuff, or they just do videos in my shop, and that has been my side of marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
also
same.
I also do a lot of Facebook and Instagram. Instagram 90%. I think the buyers are on Instagram. And also WhatsApp. You know, your WhatsApp status is also a very big
You
field
post all
of
of
marketing.
them.
Yeah, and you also make noise.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, people have to know that when the anti-Wamato is.
sell.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
Everyone just has to know. And when you're visiting friends, you give them what you're selling, and then the babies are nice. You know, they break everything. Day 1, day 2, 3 days they are crying.
They need another one.
Yeah, so you have repeat clients,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they also refer you. If you have good services, people are always going to talk about you.
Yeah.
And there are some clients who will just tag you on their pages
yeah.
because they
Unless they're
liked,
unprovoked
yes,
too.
Yeah.
yeah, because they liked what you are doing, and that is how you get referred to and referred and referred.
Yeah.
And also these classes have also helped us, because when we are interacting with people, people will be like, okay, so what do you do on a normal day? And they're like, oh, okay, you do this, I can get that. Yeah, so it has really seen us grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you actually mentioned in influencer marketing. how has it been so far? Have you had a bad experience with influencers where you give them products and they do not, meet the end of your terms or something like that?
I actually thought it was hard to use an influencer, because sometimes you ask for the rate card and you feel like, this is not for a business like mine. These millions. But I just came across a few sometime later that are very friendly.
Yeah.
They just want to, they can be just decorating their home. They just come and tell you, I just need this and this and this, a few pieces. And you say, and they tell you, this is my following. I'll make sure I tag you, I'll do reels for you, and I'm sure you'll get a following. And I did the first one. Actually, that person just put in their stories, on Instagram stories. And I just checked how many followers I had and how many followers I had after the story. And it had grown with very many followers. And I was like, this can work. And I had not even used a coin.
Yeah.
I just gave her a few items. So I realized I can try this. So I reached out to a few people who do deco influencing.
Yeah.
And for me, the experience has been good. It has been good and not expensive as I thought.
I'm so happy right now because I'm thinking of all the business ideas, of all the business you're going to do in the future.
Yes.
Now, talking about your business now and how you saw a niche and you're able to provide a solution. Now in the industry as it is, what would you like to change with your platform that you haven't been able to, but you would like to if you were given a chance?
In our platform for...
In your training program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the first thing that we'd really love to change is we'd want to have a physical place where we would have people who want to come in. I think face-to-face is actually more warm than the online platform sometimes. So in future, we'd love to have a physical place where we can just be doing trainings.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to forget, we will not do away with the online ones because it will limit people, but the physical one does work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And do you have one that you like? It's a burning thing in your soul, something that you're thinking. This training program, it's going to be somewhere in 5 years, and there's a vision I have with it. We are not there yet, but we are going to get there. What's that vision you think about when you think about your training program?
I look forward to training people who have been there in business before, and not only people who are our age or people who are just from school. We are looking forward to, because we've seen the gap even for people who've been in business for 10 years and above, and they are still struggling with basics. So my vision is to see us train people who are much older even than us, and to see the business environment change from the way we view things, from the way we make profits, from the way we price things. Because sometimes I realize we just price things because we've seen the prices out here, but you've not priced it in as per what you want. The price is there for the sake of the market. But us getting from the point of, why am I pricing this item like this? That's how I would want to see myself many years to come.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. And now speaking about, your vision and what you'd like to impact, have you had success stories? Like, has somebody come back to you and told you, what, you really helped me? Like, what has the impact been on your students and when they come back to you?
So many. We are just so proud. Every day, especially, I think the previous cohort that we had in September, the July cohort, those guys were determined. Their goods are here. Like we were doing practicals in class and then they were actually paying for the goods. So we've had several people open their physical businesses in the CBD. We've had so many people just start up their businesses. Some had closed and they've opened their businesses, especially because they were sourcing for goods locally. And when you source for your goods locally and people start saying, oh, the war has brought the prices up, you're unable to cope. And now they realize that they can actually ship for their own goods at maybe 3 times cheaper than what they were buying here. And people have revived their businesses. Others have started. Others have even employed other people. It makes us feel so fulfilled, like we are creating jobs.
Yeah, we are creating jobs. Yes. And also, we didn't know that we would get the interest of shipping agents in Kenya who've come to us. They want to partner with us. They want our students, And we didn't know when we were starting, we didn't know that we are opening such a platform for so many people.
Yeah.
So it's also a success story for us.
So what would you say to inspire somebody who has all these ideas and they're jumbled up in their head and they don't know what to do with it? This is your camera.
Okay. I would repeat, believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. What you think you can do, come out here and do it. It's only when you step out that people will know this is what you can do. If you don't step out, we'll never know what you can do. So step out, give that which you have, the potential we have, and solve a problem out here. When you solve a problem, people will want to be associated with you. People will want to be in the solution you are offering. Yes, that's what I would say.
And I'll also urge you people to just start. Don't start in your head, just start. Whatever it is that you're doing, start it. Believe in yourself, be consistent. Don't give up within the first 1 week. Just do it continuously. When you believe in yourself, people are going to believe you. Make your presence known online, wherever. It's free of charge. You can open, you see the page that you have, don't make it for updating people of how your progress is about. Monetize it. Monetize it. You can do it. There's a lot of space for everyone. The market is just waiting for you to just come.
True.
Yes.
Awesome. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank
so
you.
ladies and gentlemen, it is better to have tried and failed than not to have tried at all and keep on living in regret, wondering why. As always, you can always contribute to this conversation on Instagram and Twitter at IbuTV Kenya and on Facebook at IbuTV KE. My name is Turi Faye. Bye.